My parents refused to accept my child because they considered my sister more important. But a medical report revealed a truth that changed everyone's perspective. My parents refused to accept my child because, in their eyes, my sister had always been more important than me. But the day a medical report revealed the truth that had been hidden for years, everyone's faces changed, and for the first time, I realized that sometimes silence is the strongest answer. When I look back now, I am amazed by how some wounds never truly disappear. They only change their form over time. First they are pain, then they become memories, and eventually they turn into lessons. I am no longer the woman who tried to prove herself to everyone. Now I simply see the truth, accept it, and move forward. After my daughter Emma was born, my biggest hope was that my parents would hold her in their arms. I imagined tears of happiness in my mother's eyes, my father proudly carrying his granddaughter, and that moment bringing our family closer again. But that never happened. When I called them and told them I had a baby girl, my mother's voice didn't carry the excitement I was expecting. She only said, "This isn't the right time. We need some time." I knew exactly what that meant. They were not accepting Emma. It wasn't because of a health issue or any problem with my daughter. The reason was much deeper. My sister Olivia had always been the special one in their eyes. Since childhood she was the star of the family. Her achievements were celebrated, her decisions mattered, and everything she did was considered important. Meanwhile, my choices always needed explanations. I never competed with her. Maybe that was my biggest mistake, because by staying quiet I made everyone believe that I wasn't hurt. Every Thanksgiving dinner, my mother would smile in front of everyone as if our family was perfect. The table would be full of food, pictures would be taken, everyone would laugh, and I would smile too, pretending to be the perfect daughter. But deep down I knew some things existed only for appearances. I did the same at PTA meetings. I stood with other mothers, talked proudly about Emma's achievements, and quietly wished that my own parents would one day speak about their granddaughter with the same pride. Life continued moving forward. I raised my daughter with strength and determination. I wasn't completely alone. My husband stood beside me. We built a simple life filled with small dreams. Sunday trips to Costco became our tradition. Sometimes we went for things we needed, and sometimes we just walked around together. We talked about our 401k retirement plans and our future because we believed family meant the people who stood beside you when life became difficult. But my parents continued to grow more distant. Then one day I received a letter. It wasn't from my mother. It was from a medical office. At first I didn't understand why it had been sent to me. I opened the report and a few words changed everything I thought I knew. The report belonged to Olivia. It mentioned a genetic condition, a truth that had been hidden for years. I learned that my sister had a hereditary issue, and doctors had advised that other family members should also be tested. I got myself tested. When I received my results, I sat quietly for a long time. I was completely healthy. But the real truth came after that. For years, my parents had made me feel like my choices were irresponsible, like I didn't understand family values. But the reality was different. They had spent years making my life seem less important because they wanted to hide Olivia's struggles. They were afraid that if people knew the truth, the way everyone saw Olivia would change. That day I didn't feel anger. I just understood. Some people don't make you feel small because you are actually less. They make you feel small because they need someone to stand beneath another person so that person can appear bigger. A few weeks later my parents came to see me. For the first time I saw uncertainty on their faces. They knew I was no longer the daughter who would silently accept everything. My mother apologized. I listened. I forgave them, but I did not return to the place where I had once lost myself. My revenge was never about making them suffer. My revenge was building a life so strong that I no longer needed anyone's approval. I took my time, understood my feelings, and made a decision. I would never allow my daughter to feel like she was less important than anyone else. Today Emma is growing up, and every time she looks at me and smiles, I know I made the right choice. My parents are still part of my life, but they are no longer the center of it. The center is my daughter, my own identity, and the peace I finally found after so many years. I learned that family is not created only by blood. Family is created by the people who truly value you. And today where I stand there is no celebration, no joy of revenge. There is only a quiet satisfaction that I saved myself instead of losing who I was. If this story touched your heart, Please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more emotional and inspiring stories. Your support helps us continue sharing meaningful journeys that connect with people around the world. Thank you so much for watching, for being here with us, and for your kindness and support.